You hit the button, the right button today? Very good. Hey, good morning, everybody. All righty. Good work day today. Really, probably might have been our best practice of fall camp. Tomorrow we have our second scrimmage. Really excited because we got after today. As part of our plan and process is that we wanted to have a great sense of physicality. We wanted to really push guys as they were. Sometimes when you have a scrimmage upcoming, you think that practice before, it's human nature to pull a little bit off. But I wanted to see the guys really push. I mean, yesterday I thought it was a good work day. I thought they did a nice job, but then this morning, like I said, both sides of the ball came out and competed at a very high level. Was back and forth. Got some great situational work from third down and extra long to overtime situations to some really good special teams work. That it was I was really pleased with their guys' mindset, and I think they took an incredible message last night by Warrick Dunn and try to put into action some of the things that they heard. And when you look at Warrick Dunn, the person, we have three core values that we try to live by. Here as a Florida State Seminole football player, and it's service, sacrifice, and respect. And I think he embodies that in all aspects. And the message, I didn't talk to him beforehand about anything that I wish for him to talk to. I just wanted him to share his heart, and it was an incredible message. So honored to have had him last night, and I think the guys they responded well today, and great day's work.
Hey, Coach, was last night the first time that you've ever met Warrick and spoken with him? And if so, just what was your initial impression? And then after watching him speak, how did you walk away from that conversation thinking about Warrick Dunn?
So it was my first time in person to meet him. I spoke to him on the phone before, just going through the process, and unbelievable respect for him and the man that he is. I think anybody that ever has watched a game of football knows the type of player that he is. But his story and just the impact that he has and had during his playing career, but even more impressively, the impact that he's had after his playing career and how he continues to just his generosity, his service to impact the lives of others and communities. It just was special, and it could not have been a better message for our players. And it was great because he went through the message and kind of his journey, but then he asked questions. He asked 4 questions, and for our guys to be able to ask specific questions that you could tell that they're searching through in their own journey, it was very remarkable.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Going well, Michelle.
I'm pretty good, thanks. Hey, your second scrimmage you mentioned is coming up tomorrow. I know you told us before the first scrimmage was a lot more situational based, and this one will be more maybe game oriented. Can you walk us through a little bit about how you conduct a more of a regular type scrimmage?
Yeah, usually the second scrimmage, I always try to involve the clock. We'll probably play 2.5, maybe 3 quarters, mixing guys. Putting the ball as it lies, wherever the situation, whatever it calls for, trying to keep guys, locked into the flow of a game. The first scrimmage we're going to set to ensure that we get all the situations that were necessary. In this scrimmage, it's going to be more based off of time. We will probably have a similar rep count. Sometimes the second scrimmage, I'll bring it down just a little bit, total number. But with the extra week before we kick off, that's something that I'm going to continue to evaluate, make sure we get all of our young guys, quality film and an opportunity to show where they are. But it's going to be a great work day. I'm excited about it.
Coach, how's it going?
Oh well, yourself.
Not too bad. So I'm just wanting to get more information on you caring about your players other than being a decent human being. Yesterday, when you spoke about just the level of investment and brotherhood and all of that, it might have been some of the most passionate statements you gave. I mean, even going back to your Braids photo, that's because you were doing it with your youth team. what kind of like instilled that? Was it a coach? Was it a player to just invest yourself fully into the team and the players around you?
I mean, this game has meant everything to me since I've played it or coached it since I was 5 years old, and I absolutely love the relationships that you build through this game. I had some incredible coaches that poured into me when they didn't have to, and football is so competitive. There's so much that goes into the wins and the losses, which obviously it matters, but also embracing the impact that you can make to help somebody change somebody's life. That's why I got into coaching. I mean, I love the schematic part of it. I love all the things that you can do and working game plans. But for me, if we can make a difference to help these young men be successful for whatever this life can throw at them, and how they respond, and the leaders they can become, the friends, the brothers, the sons. I mean, all those things are essential in what I believe my job responsibility is. Because if we have guys that are doing things the right way off the field, I believe we have a much higher opportunity to see them succeed on the field. And it is a true joy, and to see guys grow and buy into that. And when you get those experiences, when they play out in a young man's life, it's what makes coaching so rewarding. And that's something that I've always believed is critical.
Hey, Coach, since with Chuba out, I'm imagining maybe the three top quarterbacks have gotten more reps. What have you seen out of Jordan and Tate? We talked about James a little bit the other day, but what have you seen out of Jordan and Tate after 2 weeks of spring or preseason, excuse me?
I've been really pleased with the development of all the quarterbacks, and not just what they're doing on the field, but also the growth that they're having in the meeting rooms. And it's one of the things we're challenging Chuba with. Here these next couple of weeks, is the intensity of what we're going to do in the meeting room. Is he bringing that same mindset, even though he might not get the physical rep? And but I really I think Jordan Travis, the growth and development that he's had is remarkable. And I know there's a lot of questions about different parts of his game, coming into the season. And just like I told him when I first got here, I said, just give us an opportunity to coach you. Let's see what you do well, and let's try to put you in the best position to achieve success. And I put no limits to what that young man can do. I really like his skill set. You look at Tate for a freshman, his composure, the intelligence that he brings. He's got a great future in front of him. Chuba, I've talked to about. I mean, it's so impressive seeing the versatility of his game, and not only because he's been here the shortest amount of time, but not only the way that he picks up the information, but how he can see it and feel the different things that some of those natural instincts that have shown up, in these first couple of weeks, prior to the first scrimmage. I mean, I'm excited about all these guys, and I really think they all are diverse in their talents, but I think they all can definitely help this football team.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask about Coach Fuller's the mission takeaway tweets. I mean, obviously they've been thinking throughout camp. I guess what can you speak to about his kind of origin of those? And I mean, I'm sure that's something a lot of programs kind of keep in house. I guess what is kind of the reason, the motivation for kind of sharing those publicly?
Because we want to celebrate our guys, and there's enough correction and challenging whenever what we're doing on the field, but when guys accomplish one of the missions that we've laid out, we want to also celebrate that. And it's something that I know Coach Fuller's done throughout his coaching career, and something we've done in our past here together. And that's one of the critical things that we want to be able to impact in every game. Is we want to own the football. We want to own the football offensively. We want to own the football special teams, and we also want to own the football defensively. So we get an opportunity to get the ball. Those are those game-changing plays that can put us in a great position to achieve success. And so we just celebrating that. That would be
We mentioned earlier, James Blackman's throwing motion a few weeks ago and how you guys might have kind of tweaked that. But it seems like for James, it's his desire, his want to. It's almost wanted so much that it's been to his detriment. How do you and Kenny go about changing his, I guess, mental makeup? And how much more difficult is that than tweaking a throwing motion?
Well, I mean, it's the game of playing quarterback is much like coaching. It's about your response. And it's not really, James is a very bright young man, and there's different things that we want to put him in a position to be successful from the physical aspect of it. But really just teaching them the mental aspect is mistakes are going to happen, and there's going to be good calls, there's going to be bad calls, there's going to be good throws and bad throws. But making sure that you can shut that off, learn from the mistake or learn from the success, and then let each play be his own play. And that's one of the biggest things that I've always told quarterbacks is no matter what lessons you've learned, good or bad, each play has to be its own entity, and you've got to make sure that you trust what you see. Play the game with confidence, and you go out there and get it done. And I'll tell you, today, one of the first periods of practice, we threw an interception with our first two quarterbacks that took the field, and I thought those guys responded really well. I mean, they understand the mistake they made, but you can't move forward if you're always looking back. And just having that mindset and approach, you learned a lesson, but you got to focus on the next play.
Hey, Coach, with with school starting up on Monday, obviously you've got to tweak a little bit what you do scheduling wise. How will that kind of change how you guys practice, and how's your schedule going to change starting Monday?
Well, obviously that's the start of the 20-hour work week, through NCAA rules. So, our night meetings will not be a part of what camp has been, but it's going to be very similar with the extra week. We're going to keep more of a camp thought, good on good work here this next week to continue to build on that speed. And then, probably the 29th will probably be our last separate practice. And then we'll start kind of gearing in on Georgia Tech, getting ready for our game prep there. But we need as much speed and as much work as we can get against the best that we have. And that competition, there's going to be competition that leads not only up to game one, but throughout the season. I mean, we're definitely going to be a work in progress in a lot of aspects, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, as you go through the season, you want to continue to get better with everything that you do, each and every week. And so that's going to be a big focus for us as we continue to build towards the 12th.
Coach, not to date Warrick Dunn, but I'm guessing not all of your players remember him as much as a player as you and your staff do. Do you guys have to educate them a little bit about what some of those guys did back in the day, or do they still remember, or are they aware of what a guy like Warrick Dunn did at Florida State?
Well, I mean, probably his era of time here at Florida State, which we did. We showed a short intro video, which doesn't take long to respect man's game when you have that type of highlight. But Warrick Dunn also played 12 years in the league, and I mean that is a lot of these guys as they were coming up. There's a great understanding for who he is and was as a football player, and I'm pretty sure that if he was to suit up right now, he could probably make a couple of them miss right now. So I think there's definitely a great respect for him. But our guys were so excited, and I was really proud of our team. My favorite things when you get to have a guest speaker is just watching our players. And when you see 120 something players and support staff, and everybody that I saw was sitting there taking notes. I got a couple pages worth myself, and it was pretty impressive, and I was definitely proud of our guys for how they handled the opportunity to learn and to absorb that type of information, and like I said, he did a great job.
Last one, we'll go back to Evelyn.
Coach, are you guys at 85 in terms of the use of scholarships? And I guess what's maybe your sort of opinion on roster management? Do you want to be a few under that, or are you maxed out right now?
Well, there's a couple things that we're working through. We are not at 85. We also have some things with annual signing limits. Coming in, we had a couple of positions that we had big needs, and we were able to address some of those needs with transfers and obviously our last year signing class. And so each year you're limited to annual signing limits of who you can put on, and you obviously new scholarships, but we're continuing to explore all options here moving forward, and obviously getting ready for this next year's class. Thank you.
Our first player today will be Carter Boatwright.